it going, everyone? Today we've got a
Nissan 370 Nismo.
So yep, let's get into it. What is the specs of the car?
It's rather a large spec. It's obviously a 370 Nismo version. It's pushing out about 460 brake at the moment. It's got upper plenums bored out, GTR 4-bar map sensor, plugs, supercharged as well, full more down exhaust system. It's on airlift suspension as well. It's got a cooler works short shifter on it, new carbon fibre steering wheel as well. It's got slotted discs all round too.
Yep.
It's also got a custom boot setup as well that I've done. Maxin design skirts front and back, and Bside V3 rear wing on it as well. Full drop links adjustable for camber front and back, and upper on the front ones. Fuel return system, bigger fuel pump in the tank as well.
Yep.
I think that's about everything I can remember.
What is the history on this car?
Well, the car is a 2016. I've had it for about 5 years now. I don't really know much about it before then, because obviously I didn't know the guy that owned it.
Yep.
But it was completely stock when I got it. It's been very reliable since I've had it. I've not had any problems with it. Just the normal running gear and that needs done, but apart from that I've had no problem with it.
And what's the mileage on it?
The mileage is just turned 50,000 miles at the moment. So I do daily it, so it does get mileage, do get a run up on it.
It is a really nice car. I love the cabin. It is actually quite big.
Yeah.
Love the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Love all the gauges. Good gearbox. Yeah, it's a really nice car.
Yeah. I mean, I quite like the interior. The seats, although they're Recaros and that, they hold you quite well, and they are quite comfortable for long distance driving, which is good.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
What is this car like to drive?
It's quite fun to drive. It's surprisingly comfortable with the Recaro seats in it as well. It can be a bit of a handful when it's wet. It's very tail happy. The wheels do want to spin quite a lot,
yep.
But it's very comfortable long distance driving and that. Yeah, surprisingly comfortable for what it is. It's quite fun to drive. You do get a lot of looks, especially with the noise it makes and that as well. You do, yeah. When you're driving along, you do get a lot of people. You know, which is quite good. But yeah,
I do love that wing you've added. That's probably my favourite thing. I'm surprised it's actually not standard on the Nismos.
Yes, the Nismo wing, it's more like a small duckbill they call it. Yeah. It's a very, very small wing. Yeah. And I felt it needed something a little bit bigger, you know. Yeah. So I went for this, but I didn't realise until I actually got it next to the car how big it was. Because you see it in pictures, but pictures really don't do it justice. Like, yeah. It's not until you actually see it on the car, it's like, holy f, that's a bit big, like, but so it's good.
No, it really matches. Yeah. Do you know how rare the car is?
I don't know how many of them were actually made, but I know in the UK I think there's still about 470 of them on the road at the moment, like, but I don't see very many of them about, you know. So yeah.
And do you have probably one of the higher horsepower Nismo editions?
I don't know, because I know they do twin turbos in these, and they can push out 700 horse and that, like, but I think when you do that you need to start doing internals, and I was wanting to stay at the safe level, so I didn't have to start doing internals and all that, and 460 is plenty for it, like, you know.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
So for me, when someone says a company is affordable, high quality, and have great service, I think of SureSleep. That is due to my personal experience having purchased beds from them, as well as family members. So with that, you can get £10 off and free assembly and delivery here in Northern Ireland with a link below.
What would be the MPG like?
Well, the average MPG is usually about 21, 22 MPG, but you don't run a car like this to bother about MPG, do you? It's all about the smells when you're driving it, exactly. So yeah, I think the best MPG I've had out of it is 28.
20?
You're down at 28. Yeah, okay. MPG, that's about the best I've had out of it.
I mean, like you said, miles per miles, I get it.
Yeah.
What would be some of the quirks about this car?
Some of the quirks that I like about it is the way I've painted the intakes and the upper plenum for the supercharger piping and that.
Yep.
The air suspension as well. It's really good, especially when you come into a park and you park and you let the suspension down and it drops down and makes all the noise when it's dropping down. You do get a lot of people, you know, turning and looking. The spoiler as well, obviously it's not a standard spoiler.
Yeah.
And the other thing I do like about it is blow-off valve, the noise it makes. It's just not a normal instant. It goes on for quite a long time. As soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, it goes off and it keeps going off until it gets down to about 2,000 revs.
Okay. Nice.
So you do get a lot of people, you know, turning around when you're when you're just driving normally, trying to drive normally, and that goes off.
Yeah. And why did you pick a Nissan 370Z Nismo?
Well, one of my friends used to have a 350 and I always liked them. I was wanting to get something a bit newer for obviously daily driving and that. Yeah. So I seen the normal 370 and I really liked it, and I went in another garage and seen a black 370 Nismo, and I thought, yeah, I like the Nismo package, the way it looks and all that, the extras on it. And then I was having a look about it and then I seen this white one. I thought, no, I prefer it in the white. I think it looks better in the white, so that's how I ended up getting this one.
I'll be honest, I think they kind of ruined it with the new Z.
The 400, yeah.
Don't like it.
I was the same when I first seen it. I was like, I'm not too keen on it. I think they tried to make a homage to all the Z's and cram too much of different onto it.
Yeah.
The thing is, we won't get it in this country anyway.
Yeah, good.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I know it's a rear-wheel drive car and there's not a lot of space in the boot, but how have you found practicality?
Well, because I've got the air suspension set up in the boot's not really usable, so you can't really take it shopping unless you're only getting one bag to sit on the seat, so it's not very practical that way.
Now it's time to rate the car. So, the Nissan 370Z for classic.
The Nismo 370Z.
The Nismo, yes.
Nismo. I mean, that kind of says it all for the first question. Nismo. It's definitely a classic.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. It has got over 400 horsepower. It's on airbags. I would say it definitely is a classic. So I'm going to go either 7, 7.5, 8.
We'll go 7.5.
7.5. Lovely car.
Daily. It's a two-seater.
Which just goes back to the same thing of practicality.
Yes.
I know he did put the air suspension in because the car was very hard to get in his garage, I think it was, because he's got a bit of a lip. So that is why he put it in. I would say it's a good daily from the perspective of it's fun. You know, if you're a bachelor or if you don't have a whole family to go around with. It's definitely a fantastic, awesome weekend car. But I think the practicality of it, going to shops, all out there, you get a lot of attention with it. There's not much space in the perspective of family or friends. I'm going to say it's not bad, but it wouldn't be fantastic.
4?
Probably around a 4, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wallet hurt.
Ooh.
So, because he's done a lot of modifications, and since it's the Nismo, the body kit is going to be a bit different from the normal 370Z.
Yeah, parts probably going to be expensive.
Yes.
It's a supercharged engine as well,
yes,
which makes a difference. So, I mean, theoretically, the car should wear a bit quicker. Same with any modified engine. It's got the air suspension. If any of those break, I know air suspensions are quite expensive to replace or install. So I'm going to say it's probably going to cost a decent but it is also a Nissan, which are generally pretty reliable. And I mean, I'm going to say it's probably going to be an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
But probably somewhere around 5.
Yeah, 5. 5 seems good.
I would say 5.
We'll give it a 5. Then
now, is it fun?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, it's better than you can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, just purely hearing the noise, the supercharger, the power, all of that there. And the fact that it's very much like a Ferrari inside.
Yes.
I love the gauge cluster, and I love
the whole cockpit.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
Yes.
And to be in the cockpit is a completely different kind of animal.
Yeah,
And,
nice
rear wheel
seats,
drive.
everything. Yeah.
You've got over 400 horsepower. Beautiful styling. I'm honestly going to go
9.
9.
Yeah,
at least
9.
at least a 9.
I think that's really good.
Which brings us to 25 and a half, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
That's 25 and a half, 63 and a half, 63.75%.
That's a first, yeah.
That is really high. I mean, specifically for our scale, which is really, really harsh on cars.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow our new podcast channel, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Wow, wow, wow.